When I came to meet my fiancée's parents, my heart was pounding. But when I entered their house and saw my beloved's father, the world froze for a moment. This was the same judge who imprisoned me for 15 years, wrongly accusing me of a crime I did not commit. I felt memories of my days in court flood my mind, but I decided to suppress my fear and engage in conversation. The bride stood nearby, smiling tensely, unaware of our past. I spoke first, trying to forget about the past. "Hello, Mr. Stevenson. Nice to meet you." The judge looked me over, his gaze unreadable, as if he was trying to remember how he knew my face. But he showed no signs of recognition. Whether this was by chance or on purpose I did not understand. But details of past events appeared before my eyes. I was barely 20 then. I was young, naive and trusting. Having believed, as it seemed to me then, my friend, I found myself in a very unpleasant situation. A situation that turned into a 15-year prison sentence for me. But that was later. Initially, I believed that not only dark things could be done under the cover of darkness. And my so-called friend assured me that there was a good opportunity to make money without making much effort. And I agreed. My role in this venture was to drive a truck that was loaded, as I thought, with ordinary construction waste. But the truth quickly emerged. It turns out that the truck was filled with valuable metals that were stored in the company's warehouse. And of course, they were exported illegally. The security guard checking the documents doubted the veracity of the documents and demanded to see the cargo. From that moment my hell began. A friend sitting in the next seat gave the command to press on the gas. Out of fright, I refused to go. My partner ordered me to move to the passenger seat, and he got behind the wheel and pressed the gas, added speed, and drove out of the Enterprise. However, he was unlucky. He hit a random passerby who was walking past the factory entrance at that moment. As it turned out later, he shot down and died. The security guard of the Enterprise saw that I was driving and testified against me. From now on, in this matter I was not an accomplice, but a direct perpetrator, a scoundrel who took the life of an innocent person. I couldn't prove otherwise. Multiple pieces of evidence and witness statements pointed to me. And then the day of judgment came. Whatever I said, the judge didn't take it seriously. All my words sounded like a pathetic excuse. The facts suggested otherwise. And then the verdict comes, 15 years in prison. I cried and begged the judge to look into this matter. But he was unshakable. He passed a harsh sentence, not realizing that he was ruining the fate of the young man. I passed this test. 15 long years have not been easy for me. There were a lot of different bad and not so good things, but this mark remained on my fate. 3 years have passed since leaving prison. I improved my life, met the woman I love. But I could not even think that this was the daughter of the same judge, by whose grace my life went downhill. How did I feel at the moment of this meeting? Confusion, anger. Although I should be angry with myself. For gullibility, own stupidity. The entire evening passed in general taciturnity, but the bride tried to hide the tension. She didn't know about our previous connections, and I didn't dare tell her the truth. At the end of the evening, as we said goodbye, I looked at the judge and realized that perhaps some mistakes should remain in the past. And no matter who is to blame, you need to be able to let go of the situation. I have not had an easy time. But this herd was a great lesson for me. Today, at almost 40 years old, I choose people to communicate with more carefully. I do not trust in fabulous earnings and try to avoid dubious events.